thing that's always bugged me about air ride, the front PSI, it always hits it right away. The rear being a sleeve instead of double bellow like the front. When you hit your preset height, it always seems like really high. So you got to get out of the car and kind of adjust it to where you want it to sit. It's really weird. If you go from aired out to aired up, it's a good height. But if you come down from being aired up, it stays higher. It's really weird how it all works out. I really love my air ride setups, but this is the only thing, this is like one of the main things that's always bugged me about air ride. I'm sure you homies on air can relate. Look at that cute little smile.
Ah, thank you.
I got you.
I think this is why I've been so funky.
I need $1 for that, please.
What? For real?
Yep. It's not $1.
It's worth way more than that.
That's only worth 10 cents. As always, a nice cup of joe to start the morning off. From the beautiful girlfriend. Let's head back up north, head back to the shop, and then get some work done on some cars. All right, we got the car all cleaned up, looking absolutely amazing. One thing I've been trying to get done, but I just haven't had the time, or I guess haven't made the time to do, is apply some tire shine. Now, I know what you're thinking, wow, that's not that cool, but hold on one second. Let me show you guys something. A subscriber sent over some Nitro Shield tire service kit, tire protectant, and it says on here, the world's only permanent tire protectant. So this stuff you're supposed to be able to put on the tire and never apply any sort of tire shine again to your tires. So I've been really wanting to try it out. What we're gonna do, pull the wheels out the car, degrease the tires, and then in about probably an hour after they're dry, we can put some of this tire protectant on them. I already coated the two on the passenger side just to kind of get the hang of this stuff. I'm not gonna make too much content on this because you can't even really buy it. I'll link the website down below, but I don't think the regular like dude can just go buy it. You have to be like a dealer or something. But so far, I dig it. Here is, well, here's the before, just a regular tire. Here's the after. So yeah, it looks like tire shine, like any old regular tire shine. The only thing is I hope it is permanent like it says it is. It's really easy to use. I'm using this applicator sponge right here. We're gonna start out with the base coat, let it dry, and then hit it twice with the finish coat. Alright boys, that is it for FRS work for today. The little injector bypassing comes in for the Evo 8 today, so we should be able to move back on to tuning. That's gonna be a while, it's still the morning. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna pull the R6 down into the shop, do a few little things on it. I haven't really touched the bike yet. I definitely need to get it raised back up. I hate how lowered bikes handle. Like I said in the video when I bought that bike, I've had multiple bikes that are lowered and stretched that I've done myself, and they look dope, they look sick as hell, but they don't handle like a street bike should. So yeah, let's pull that R6 down here, raise it back up. I gotta check the tire pressures and just do other maintenance stuff on it. Well boys, the injector resistor showed up way sooner than I expected. USPS is on point today, so I'm gonna run down to the mailbox, pick that thing up, and then we can come back to the shop and throw on the Evo. All right guys, I gotta give a huge shout out to Matt over at Spoolin' Up. Spoolin' Up is the one who supplied the speed density harness for this Evo 8, and now they supplied the injector bypass module thingy-mabobber. I didn't realize how important this thing was until I kind of read into it. So if you guys are running high Z injectors on your Evo or DSM, head over to Spoolin' Up. They'll be linked down in the description box below. Pick one of these guys up, throw it in your car. Let's pull this thing into the shop. I'll show you guys how that's done. That's such a crispy cold start. So crispy. This car is so damn loud. I'll never get over how this car sounds, but I may be going back to like the actual exhaust on this thing. It sounds sick, don't get me wrong, it sounds really damn good, but it's so loud to the point where it's kind of unbearable to drive. If you guys have a straight pipe Evo, you would understand. Beefy AF. Oh, also, boys, I haven't told you yet, but I may or may not be buying another car tomorrow. And if I do, I'll obviously bring you guys along. And you guys are gonna be super excited if I end up picking this thing up. Stay tuned on the channel. If I do end up buying it, you guys will see in probably like 2 or 3 days what that car is. If I don't end up buying it, I'll be sure to tell you guys anyway, but I ain't gonna spoil it yet. Just stay tuned on the channel, all right? This is how you know you got fires kind of close to you. This is literally ash on my Evo. And the Tacoma is full of ash too. That's freaking wild. All right, so I did a bit of reading online, like I always do before I make a video. I'm pretty sure, there, now you can see it better. Yeah, that thing right behind the green wires. So I'm pretty sure we're just gonna unplug that and plug that in place of it. Seems easy, right? I don't think that's it. There we go. That's it. So it sits right back there. How do I explain that? There's 2 plugins right there. It's the one on the left toward the passenger side of the car. I still gotta zip tie that thing up, but before I do, let's go jump in and make sure this thing actually starts. Cool, I think we're good to go. So because we changed something in the fuel system, it's always best to data log it right after. So that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go data log the car. The one thing I was not logging last time was my AFRs from the AEM wideband gauge. And this is a whole new setup on this computer. Obviously with EvoScan, all the settings are just back to normal. So I have to figure out what COM port the AEM wideband gauge is on. If I remember correctly, it's COM port 7. Let's jump in the car. If it's reading, then we should be good to go. As you can see right here, external wideband AF ratio, and it's reading right here, so we should be good to go. COM port ended up being COM port 3, so I don't know if that's gonna help any of you guys out or not, but it was COM port 3. Let's go head out, do another data log. He's probably gonna want another 30-minute log of just driving around, so yeah, nothing crazy. Let's get it. All right, so I pretty much spent the majority of the day working on another car transformation video for you guys, but I don't really have much going on right now, so what we're gonna go do, jump in the Evo. It's pretty dark outside. Is it fully dark now? It's completely dark outside. We're gonna go jump in the Evo 8 though. I got the GoPro on me, and we're gonna go for a nice evening cruise. Oops. Fail. coincidence. Shit. We should probably wait for this dude to leave. I'm just gonna guess that my exhaust is probably illegal. I'm thinking straight pipe is illegal. Even in Washington, I ain't even in California where all the crazy rules and laws are, but I'm guessing up here, I'd probably get tagged for a straight pipe as well. For real, another one? Y'all wildin' out here, bruh. I feel like I'm getting set up right now. There's cops all around me. I don't have a front plate either. I don't wanna leave until they leave. Well, one of them's gone. Screw it, boys. Let's send it. Like that other cop went the same exact way that I have to go to get home. So, let's hope I don't get pulled over tonight. Cop is currently coming up behind me. I know you guys can't see me, but yeah, I think we're gonna get pulled over, boys. He pulled out of the gas station right after I left. Please go straight. Yes. He went straight. Oh shit, that was a close call. I literally started my car up, it was barely running. I kept having like feather to the throttle to get it to run. I don't know why, it's kind of weird. I left, I saw him watching me, I left anyways, and then right after I left he pulled out behind me and followed me for like a mile. I took a right and he went straight, so we're good to go. That was a close call. Alright boys, I'm gonna head home. I gotta finish up this transformation video. I hope you guys can see me fine. I gotta finish up this transformation video, get everything set up for tomorrow to go pick up the new car. I hope I'm getting at least, if everything goes smoothly, head and pick up the new car. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, be safe, don't have straight pipe cars, and don't worry about getting pulled over. Later.